G'day everybody, Sam Marwood here from Cultivate Farms and welcome to episode 48 of Cultivate Farms TV. Trying to change up the background so you've got something interesting to look at. If you're listening on podcast, you don't care, just know there's a nice garden behind me. The lighting's still probably not perfect, but we're working on it. Welcome, thank you for your attention and thank you for your time. We love everyone who watches and we're grateful for you taking the time to think about what we're talking about and how we are trying to get you pumped up to get on your farm. For a retiring farmer, how to step back and work with an aspiring farmer. So the purpose of these updates is to give you an outline of what we're doing throughout the week to get your farming dreams going. We just want to show there is lots of momentum building and we just want to be there in your face so that you are constantly thinking about how you're going to get onto your farm and own your farm. So let's get cracking this week. A quick summary, we'll talk about the article that broke our website, common questions aspiring farmers ask us, and how to get your farm pitch done. So let's get cracking. Each week we talk about a number of members because we want to show there are plenty of people signing up. So we've had 8 new members, up to 290, nearly at 300, which is brilliant. There's free membership, there's also paid membership. We really encourage you just to get signed up because if you're not on there, we can't notify you of specific opportunities that fit your criteria, so please sign up. Also, the other advantage is you get to talk to us when you sign up as a member, which we think is pretty cool, and we have some great conversations with everyone who becomes a member. But also, it's discounted until we get this farm pitching marketplace really cranking. It's $150 a year. That'll be the price forever if you sign up now because we love you, and it'll be $400 into the future. So please do sign up and spread the word as usual. So we are continually chatting with aspiring farmers, so via email, Twitter, Facebook Messenger. We love it all, and we just really encourage anyone out there who is watching or has heard of us, please get in contact. We want to talk to you. We understand this is a little bit different to anything you've probably heard before. We're saying you can own a farm. That would raise a lot of questions in most people's minds, which it does. And I just want to reflect on the last couple of weeks of people we've spoken to, aspiring farmers, and about half of them don't know how this actually works, how you can actually own your farm. And the other half are more, they just need to be pumped up and backed and shown that here are the simple steps you can follow to hustle to get onto your farm. So I just want to unpack those two avenues with you guys. So the first half who don't really know what we're doing or haven't heard of this concept before, we just talk about them thinking about what their farm plan is, what is their vision for their future, and don't dream small, dream big around what you actually want, because it's not so much about you saving to get the deposit anymore, which you still should be doing, but it's about finding the right people who can match you onto your farm, which you can give a small ownership of and build over time. So then it's about finding farms. It is purely about getting a realestate.com.au, set up an alert, drive down driveways of retiring farmers, go to RSLs, find as many people or accountants and lawyers that you know, or you don't know yet but you will know, who can help connect you with these people who have the farms or have the money. And so the other half, the guys who aspiring farmers who get it and understand that the need to find farms, it's really just reinforcing and going through specific options for them in their scenario. If you work on a farm at the moment and the farmer you work for is quite wealthy, why not think about getting them to back you onto the farm nearby and scaling their wealth? That sort of stuff we think is awesome, but mainly it's about just getting them pumped up and excited and dedicating time to write their farm proposal and to find the farms that they want, and just to get them to realise they are good enough. Like, you are good enough. If you are thinking about you can own a farm, I would say you are good enough, and now you just got to get used to talking yourself up and pulling your proposal together. So once you've once you've realised you want to be on the farm, there's 4 ways, or 2 main ways that you can then go about getting onto your farm, and this is what we sort of provide with Cultivate Farms. So there's a passive and active way. So one is you can just keep an eye on our website, so you don't have to be a member. You see, keep an eye on our website around these farm opportunities, and you can click on anyone that matches your needs or your dreams for the farming, and you can be connected that way. Or you can register and have your farmer profile up there, and hopefully investors or retiring farmers can headhunt you, which has happened. But those 2 options are, I guess, the passive options, and we want you to do it, but we just don't. We think if you really want to own your farm, you should not be relying on these 2 avenues to get on your farm. They could come through, but really you should be actively pushing to find your farm. So the other 2 things we want you to do really is to take your farming future into your hands. So one, you should be finding retiring farmers, thinking about every day who could you be talking to get you in front of retiring farmers on farms that you would love to own with. And you farmers, so we encourage you to keep thinking about that. We know it can be hard, and it's awkward, but it is absolutely a key way for you to find your farm. You only need to convince one retiring farmer that you are the best. And then the other is find a farm for sale. And then pitch it. So you might think, oh, I might have enough time to pull it together, and you probably don't. But you'll get better and better. You might need to pitch 3, 4, 5, 10 times to get your your farm investment ready, and for us to find you the right investors. But what other avenues have you got? This, we just think is so empowering that you have a template now you can download and have a crack at filling in a proposal to get onto your dream farm. So we really encourage those active ways of doing it. Don't just sit back and wait for us to find opportunities for you. Get out there and find it and stitch up your farming future yourself. So how to get your farm pitch done. So people have heard a few people sit around at the kitchen table every night and work through one question. We think that is brilliant, and we really encourage you guys to do it, because it can seem a bit overwhelming, the amount of questions you've got to go through to pitch your farm, but there's no way around it. This is just the amount of detail you need to have in a farm proposal to convince anyone, whether a retiring farmer or investor, that you are good enough and that you actually really want this. Which equals time. It equals time of dedicated, you sitting down, doing some writing, doing thinking, talking to the right people to help you pull your proposal together. So first thing, download the template off our website, and then every night or whenever you can, you have, if you're working full time, you've got between 5 p.m. and midnight every night. You could be working through these questions, and it doesn't even matter if you don't have your farm yet. We encourage you to be filling out, there's half of the template you can fill out now, which will save you time for when you do get your farm that you want, and help you pull your proposal together even quicker. So things like answering the climate and water issue. What are the sort of farm requirements that you have for your farming operation? Why is the climate suited for the area you're looking to get your farm in? And what sort of water security would you need? These are the sort of key questions that investors will be asking. The scale, if you're thinking about a small farm, is that the scale that you actually need to make money off this property? How big do you actually need it, and justify why that is the best scale to get farming? The land value, are you going to be paying too much for the land? Investors don't want to pay too much. You've got to pay the right value. And so justify why that value is worth it, and why investing in that area of Australia is worth it. You've got to figure out to justify why an investor would back you farming in the Mallee versus Northern Queensland. You've got to outline why it's a good opportunity. What the soil type is, how you're going to improve it, things like market volatility, how you're going to try and eliminate that, are you going to sell direct, have you stitched up some arrangement, think about all those things. This one around value angles, why are you a great farmer? What is it that you're going to write that makes you stand out to everyone else? Think about those different ideas, and we've got that in the template as well. And then get things like your experiences and your skills. You've got to be able to, it's like a mini CV, you've got to be able to easily and quickly explain why you are a great farmer and why anyone will want to back you. You've got to justify that. So you've got to get used to selling yourself. Even making a video of yourself, we really encourage this one. So get the courage up, have a practice at doing little videos for 2 minutes explaining why you're an awesome farmer and why someone would want to back you. The video is going to be very powerful, especially if we're looking for investors all over Australia, and so they want to know who you are. And then the operations and things like machinery, livestock, etc. So have a really good think about what you need for your operations. And again, if you don't have your farm, you should still have a solid understanding and write it down. So I guess I encourage you, if you haven't got your farm yet, or you do, just have a crack at it one night at a time, filling out your pitch, and it's going to make it so much easier to get your proposal together. And it also gets you in the right mindset, so that every day you should be thinking about how are you going to get onto your farm and what is the angle, and this template going through the process is just going to get you in that right mindset. So go for it, guys. Alright, the article that broke our website. So The Land did an awesome article, and the link's there about us, a bit of the backstory, which is brilliant. So we're just very appreciative of it. Apologise to anyone who went to our website that day. It just melted. Too many people on there. Not too many. Not enough. We wanted more people. We just need to fix up how our website accepts that many people. So we've done that. Really appreciative of anyone who saw the article and reached out. We've had some really great conversations. And this... So the Land did this article on us because we're a part of the Next Crop series of events they're holding across New South Wales, which is about getting regional communities, giving them heaps of ideas on how they can get more people into their community, how they can grow. And this is something that we are really passionate at Cultivate Farms. This is the driver behind what we're doing, which is we want to rejuvenate regional communities, and we think we can go a long way to do that by making it possible for the next generation to own farms. That's going to be a key part of any regional community, is farm ownership for the next generation. So we've pulled together a video that's going to be part of these series of events across New South Wales, and we've listed there where they are. First starts in Cooma on the 1st of March. And there's an article about it as well, linked here, but we love the whole concept of this. So I really encourage you, if you can, go along to these events and hear from others who are really keen to get regional communities thriving. Jack Archer, who's from the Regional Australia Institute, had a really good comment in there in the article saying the more that change comes from within, the better off places will be. And he said locals can drive a change and create their own opportunities, and we really, really believe that. We just think that everyone knows everyone in a local community. Everyone should know who the farmers are that are looking to step back, and everyone can play a role in matchmaking. Imagine if a community were actively thinking about which retiring farmer could be matched with which aspiring farmer, and set up an arrangement where it's a vendor finance or a lease to buy or some sort of transition, work for a couple of years on there and transition. So I just think local communities have so much power to rejuvenate their own communities just through matchmaking, which is what we're all about, just matchmaking. You can do it yourself. So really love what they're doing with the land in this forum. So yeah, get along and you'll see a little video of us as well, which is always exciting. Alright, and then lastly guys, farm opportunities. These are sitting here on their website. This is the passive angle we talked about with getting onto your farm. Whoa, sorry about that. This just moved everything. But there are 17 opportunities. We want you to get on there, click on them. If you haven't seen them, have a look at the opportunities. They range all over Australia and all different operations. All very exciting. All these retiring farmers want to work with you to find a solution if you align with your values. So please fill out a basic template if you like a farm. There's a lot coming through already, which is great, but we really want to get these farms matched. So please, if it's not for you, please share it at least on social media. Get the word out there that there are these farms, because the more farms we can get promoted and get matched, the more it's going to bring more farms for you. Which could be your farming dream. So that's it for this week, guys. Lots of other things happening in the background. I'll try and give you an update next week. Please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Let me know if you hate these videos. If you love these videos, just let us know. We want to hear from you, and we want to inspire you to get onto your farm or step back from your farm. So we'll speak soon. Cheers.